Back to Lost Cause Garage. So, I just got, well, not just, but I opened up the makings of my next batch of beer. So here I actually broke down and bought bottles. Normally I recycle them. But then I got the wort, or actually malt extract to make the wort, and priming sugar, and yeast, and hops, and I think that's about that's about all she wrote. And then so I got to go up in the attic and get the hardware, but we're ready to go. I'm gonna make some beer. 4 weeks. I'll have beer 4 weeks. I can't wait 4 weeks. All right, Lost Cause Garage. Back. So I am attaching the clips to the Fraken vac. I think what I'm hitting is the let's see. Yeah, this frame wraps around. There's probably a hole in it already. Let me just find it. But the idea is that this will go like that, and then there's a spring in there. In fact, look at that. It works actually without the other bolt. That'll hold the door on, and I can get rid of this. Oh, look at the space there. Perfect. All right, we're getting there, though. One. See, this bolt I just put in, and it actually holds this down, so I don't need this anymore either. Getting there. All right, I'm going to do the other side. And I'll put a... Maybe I'll put a bolt up there, too. Lost cause. So, I got the clamps on the front, and I wanted to just put on a... weld on this piece of rebar. So they have this attachment. This one is for the tractors, right, with a pin, and the one that's on there is for a ball. And I'm always looking for this thing, so I'm just going to weld a holder on to it. And of course I've thoroughly prepared the surfaces. It's nice thick metal too, so really burn it in. I wonder if that's on there. Yep. Through the rust, maybe? Yeah, maybe not. You know, preparing. Yeah, we need it. That's really on there. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. And maybe one more just for fun. Okay. That looks so good. Two more just for fun. Oops. Oh, all right. Well, that's on there. It's not going anywhere. Okay, let's fix something else. Oh, let me show you these clamps. One, Oh yeah, and I drove some self-tapping screws to hold this. It was just rattling, shaking apart. And the amount of screw going in there is like really minimal, so I don't think it's going to catch leaves or anything really. Oh yeah, and I put some super duper, oops, shoot. I put some super high velocity tape on there, keep it from leaking. Put the hose back on. So the next, just the last, well, two last things. I gotta close this up, and then I gotta close that up. Where the plenum, whatever. Lost calls. So typical. I want to cut the metal for the leaf sucker, Fraken sucker, and my workbench is all full. I go over here. This one has this piece of hose because I got this thing from Harbor Freight to wash my car, and I've had to put a piece of hose on the bottom to use it. Actually, it worked really, really well. I must admit. Anyway, you gotta keep it clean. Oh crap! Now I forgot the measurements. I gotta measure again. Okay. Oh, welcome back. Well, I was about to cut the metal to fill the holes here and up here, and the problem was it was new metal, and I think it defies a fundamental principle of not spending any money or using anything new. But I thought I'd tell you a story of a garage sale I went to. I got there and there was just all kinds of junk for sale, and there was a woman, she was morbidly obese, and I asked her if she had any tools for sale, and she said, well, yeah, go on downstairs. I can't go down the steps because she was too big and it was kind of rickety. And so I went down there, and it was her father, who passed away, was a tool maker, repairer, and so I ended up getting more drill bits, and I mean, just there's stuff all around this place from that. And so I came up the steps and I said, wow, you know, there's a lot of stuff down there. I'll take everything. What would you want for everything? I mean, the entire contents of this packed garage. And she said, how about $100? And she said, you're doing me a favor. I got to clear it out and I can't go down there. And I said, how about $200? And I gave her $200, and next week I proceeded to just unpack and take everything, drag everything home. But and in the process, I found an insurance policy for her, so I ended up going back and giving it to her. She was a very sweet lady, and she lived with her, or at least her mother was there also. I don't know if they were going to stay in the house or not. But it's kind of a sad situation, I suppose. Yep. But in the interim, I got a lot of tools, which I've been working through. Tools and parts and stuff. I have kind of an affinity for this kind of thing. Like, you know, how many cotter pins? How many cotter pins do you need? Staples? Screws? Oh! Sorted screws. Bushings and crap. Washers. You need a washer. I think I probably have it. Anyway, it makes for fixing things for free a lot better. So anyway, I decided instead of using the metal, I'm going to put wood here from my old deck. It's free. And I got to get it out. It's just rotting. So anyway, lost cause. It's just putzing around with this camera. And I discovered all these features that anyway, I noticed that this cap is cracked here, or coming apart. Whoops! Well, now it's really coming apart. And that's not supposed to be like that. So before it totally delaminates, I'm gonna take this stuff. I mentioned this during the shoe repair video. This stuff is great. Ooh. And should I clean it up? Yeah, probably should. That's not really cleaned up that well. Should I sand it? I think I'll be sandy bed rather. I'll just roughen it. Why do you do this, you say? Well, let me give the product something to grab hold of.